A man parks his car in a quiet neighborhood. He steps out calmly, closes the door, and begins to walk. No rush, no hesitation, just a slow, deliberate walk down the street. This moment was captured on surveillance cameras. It would become the last confirmed sighting of Stephen Kocher. December 13th, 2009. Henderson, Nevada. A peaceful suburban area on the edge of Las Vegas. Clean streets, identical houses, silent sidewalks. The kind of place where nothing unusual is expected to happen. That afternoon, Stephen's car entered the neighborhood. He did not circle the block. He did not appear lost. He drove with purpose, as if he had already chosen this destination. He parked along Savannah Springs Avenue, not in front of a store, not near a public building, but beside a private home, a house that did not belong to him. The engine turned off. The vehicle remained still. For several moments, nothing happened. Then the driver's door opened. Stephen stepped out. He wore ordinary clothes. Nothing that suggested urgency. Nothing that suggested distress. No visible luggage. No backpack. No obvious reason to be there. He shut the door behind him and began walking down the sidewalk. His pace was steady, measured, almost casual. He did not look back. He did not check his phone. He did not appear confused. He moved like someone following a plan. He passed driveways, parked cars, closed garage doors. Every detail around him remained calm, unchanged, unaware. Stephen turned a corner and disappeared from the camera's view. His car remained where he left it, locked, undisturbed. Inside, everything seemed normal. No signs of struggle, no signs of panic. Stephen Kocher had arrived, walked away, and vanished. In the days before he disappeared, Stephen's life had begun to shift, quietly, gradually, almost invisibly. He had recently lost his job. The position in real estate had ended, leaving him without steady income, without structure, without direction. Friends described him as calm, reserved, private. He was not someone who shared worries easily, not someone who asked for help. Financial pressure had started building. Small debts, unpaid obligations. Nothing dramatic on the surface, but enough to create silent stress. He had moved back in with family months earlier, trying to reset, trying to rebuild, trying to find a new path. From the outside, nothing seemed alarming. He was polite, functioning, present, but inside, something was changing. His routines became less stable, his plans less clear, his future more uncertain. Phone records showed unusual activity, calls to unfamiliar numbers, attempts to reach contacts not saved in his phone, short conversations, unexplained gaps. He began searching for work outside his usual field, temporary jobs, manual labor, anything that might provide stability. Then came the trip to Nevada. He did not announce it widely. He did not describe it in detail. He simply went. To those around him, it seemed like a practical decision, a job search, a fresh start, an opportunity, but no confirmed job awaited him. No scheduled interview was found. No clear meeting was documented. Yet he arrived in Henderson, drove into that quiet neighborhood, parked his car, and walked away. Something had brought him there, but what that was remains unknown. 2 days passed before concern began to grow. Stephen had not returned. He had not checked in. He had not responded to calls. Family members tried reaching him again and again. Each attempt went unanswered. Soon after, his phone activity stopped completely. No outgoing calls. No incoming responses. Just silence. On December 15th, his car was discovered, parked exactly where it had been seen on surveillance footage, on a quiet residential street in Henderson. Nothing appeared disturbed. The vehicle was locked. There was no damage, no broken glass, no signs of forced entry. Inside, everything seemed ordinary. Personal belongings remained. Nothing had been removed. Nothing suggested a struggle. It did not look like a crime scene. It looked like someone had simply stepped away and never returned. Authorities reviewed neighborhood cameras. The footage confirmed what little was known. Stephen had arrived, exited the vehicle, and walked down the street. After that, nothing. No camera captured him again. No witness reported seeing him. Search efforts began in the surrounding area. Officers canvassed nearby homes, checked alleys, examined open land beyond the neighborhood. But the environment offered few answers. No personal items were found outside the car. No clear direction of travel was established. Stephen Kocher had entered the neighborhood, but no evidence showed how he left. As days turned into weeks, investigators began exploring possible explanations for Stephen Kocher's disappearance. One theory suggested misadventure. He may have walked into a nearby field or empty lot, disoriented by unfamiliar surroundings, or exhausted from travel. Another theory considered an accident. Perhaps he stumbled somewhere, fell into a drainage area, or became trapped in a location that left no trace. Some thought he might have voluntarily disappeared, leaving his car intentionally, starting a new life elsewhere. But evidence for this was minimal. No money withdrawn, no belongings packed, no communication indicating intent. Investigators also looked at his personal life. Stress from job loss, temporary housing, financial pressure, and recent moves might have affected his state of mind. Yet none of these theories explained the strange location of his car, parked beside a private residence, in a quiet street, far from anything that could provide assistance. Every angle was examined. Neighbors were interviewed, cameras rechecked. Nothing conclusive surfaced. The mystery deepened. Each explanation accounted for part of the situation, but none explained everything. Stephen Kocher had simply disappeared, leaving behind a parked car, a neighborhood that would never reveal his fate, and a story that would haunt investigators for years. Weeks turned into months, and the search for Stephen Kocher began to lose momentum. Yet the questions only multiplied. His car remained parked in the quiet Henderson neighborhood, locked, untouched. Inside, everything was exactly as he had left it. No signs of struggle, no items missing. Investigators retraced his steps repeatedly. They reviewed hours of surveillance footage. They interviewed neighbors and anyone who might have seen him. Every lead was exhausted. Despite extensive efforts, there was no sign of Stephen outside the vehicle. No footprints leading away. No evidence of him entering nearby houses. No trace in the surrounding fields or drainage areas. Theories were considered and reconsidered. Had he wandered into a dangerous area by accident? Had a medical emergency taken him suddenly? Or had he chosen to disappear deliberately, leaving his life behind? Yet every theory left gaps. No money withdrawn. No communication indicating plans. No sign that he intended to vanish. Even the location of the car was puzzling. Why park beside a stranger's home in a quiet street? Not near any major road. Not near an exit. Time passed. Months became years. Yet Stephen Kocher's fate remained a mystery. To this day, he has never been found. No confirmed sightings. No explanations. No clue to what happened after he stepped out of his car. His disappearance is a haunting reminder that someone can simply step away from a familiar world, from all who know them, and vanish without a trace. Even after years of investigation, the Henderson Street remains quiet, the parked car a silent testament to the last moment anyone saw Stephen Kocher, and the mystery that still surrounds him.